everybody, Michelle here. Welcome back to Real Good Pilates. Today I've got for you a super fun mat Pilates workout using our ring as our prop. So we are going to use it to get in a little bit of everything. All right, now we're going to come down onto our backs for some ab work down here. We're going to hold the ring like a steering wheel, so have the pads in either hand. You can be imprinted or neutral, whatever feels more stable for your spine. Now lift your legs up to tabletop. You're going to bend your elbows, keep them tucked in by your ribs, and hover them just slightly off of the mat. Now you want to keep consistent, kind of easy pressure on the ring. So nothing crazy. We want to be able to last through the whole set. Now with one leg, you're going to do a single toe tap forward and then bring the knee back up to tabletop. And then we'll alternate. Other side, the hip is really the mover here. So my knee is staying in the same angle. I'm opening my thigh and letting my foot drop closer to the floor. Very good. The further my foot taps away from my sitting bone, the more difficult this will be. You can also place your elbows on the mat to make this a little bit easier. So if you need more support, place the elbows down. Very good, you guys. So keep your collarbones wide and feel that gentle, easy connection in on the ring. Very good. Now you should be able to do this leg action without changing the shape of your spine. Now let's add on. As I tap one foot forward, I'm going to try to tap the ring back overhead and then return the elbows by my ribs. Good. Every time my leg drops, I send the ring over the crown of my head. Now I keep my elbows the same amount of bent, and I'm just moving from my shoulders to reach the ring back and then return. Good. Elbows and knee move away from each other. Only take the ring as far back as you can keep your ribs connected. So wherever that is for you, it is not easy to keep your stability, moving the limbs away from center like this. Now let's do double leg taps. So both feet are going to go forward and in. Keep your inner thighs together. Good. And that same coordination of arms and legs away from each other and in, almost like jaws. They open apart and close together. Very good, you guys. Feel lots of action underneath your armpits. Very good. Now to make this more difficult, you have the option to add a crunch of the upper body off of the mat and then release down on the tap. Good. So the ring should just kind of go over your shins and then release back down. Good. If this doesn't work for you, revert back to just the arms and the legs. So good. Make sure you start this with a nod of the chin. Good, to take some of the work out of the neck, curl, and then release. Nicely done, you guys. Good. Keep those elbows in nice and tight. Amazing. And then you can come all the way down. Good. All right, shake your legs out side to side. We are going to make this even more challenging now by going into a single leg stretch pattern. So now we're making the limbs even longer. So get back up to your tabletop. Inhale to get ready. Exhale, you're going to straighten one leg and return. So alternating, reaching that leg as low as you can stay connected and stable. Really use the ring as opposition. So we don't have the arms next to us on the mat, so we're left a little bit floundering here. So take that energy and channel it inwards into the ring. Very good, you guys. Again, your back should be able to maintain its position. If you can't, you need to change the range. Now, when the single leg reaches, we're going to reach the arms up to straight and then bend. So again, the arms are kind of mimicking the action of the leg, except they're going up instead of out. So we reach the ring to the ceiling and then elbows by your sides. Very good, you guys. So getting the legs further and the arms further from our center just adds on that challenge to our core even greater. Amazing. Now the next addition is going to be to curl the head and shoulders up, look at your legs, and then lower down. So as I reach the ring up, I kind of bring my head between my arms and then I lower down. The ring is still going directly to the ceiling, and I bring my head and shoulders forward to come through my arms. That's it. If this is too challenging, feel free to reach the arms more forward over the legs. That would be slightly less intense. So good, you guys. Good. Get that nice lift of the shoulder blades up and off, and then release yourself down to the mat. Very well done. Next, we're going to get in some different work for our oblique. So adding on some rotation and almost kind of some rainbow movements from side to side with the upper body. So bring the legs back up to your tabletop. We're going to start with the arms reaching back overhead, have the ring slightly off the floor. Now you're going to circle the arms over to the right hip, crunching off of the mat. And then you're going to lower your body back down, reach the ring overhead, other side. So swinging over towards the left hip, and then we lower back down. Good. So here's that kind of rainbow shape. You're arching those arms up and around. Every time you pass through center, you have the chance to set your head down and get a little bit of a break for your neck muscles. Very good. As you crunch up, you're trying to get that one shoulder blade to come fully off of the mat. Now, adding on, we're going to also extend the legs, pass through center, draw a full circle, and then your ring will come down to the opposite side. Good. So now, alternating, we're drawing full circles instead of just the rainbows. Pass the ring over your thighs, and then end up back in the center. Good, you guys. Slower is always going to be harder on these. The lower you send your legs, the easier of a time you're going to have passing the ring over them. Good. So it's all kind of a balance. The lower the legs go, you get a bigger range through the upper body. Amazing. Squeeze those inner thighs tightly together. And then we lower down. Good, you guys. Keep that inner thigh connection nice and active. Good. Watch those feet as you curl over, dropping the chin, and the shins forward. Amazing job. Nice and fluid. Good. Curl those ribs towards the hips, and then you can rest your feet on the mat. So good, you guys. That is not easy reaching both legs. Good. All right, we're going to come down onto our side now. So we're going to have our knees bent, stacked one over the other, bottom elbow on the floor. Top hand is going to rest on top of your stacked ring, okay? You want your hand right on top of the ring. Palm is stacked on the pad. You want to feel nice and connected under that armpit, and your bottom side of your waist wants to be lifting up away from the floor. Now with this top elbow, you don't want it winging up to the ceiling or sinking down towards the floor, but just nice and stable somewhere in between. You want your elbow and your knees about in the same line as each other on the mat. Now, we're going to go into some hip lifts here. I'm going to put pressure onto the ring with my hand as I elevate my bottom hip off of the floor, coming into kind of a kneeling side plank, and then I reverse that to lower. So as I come up, I put lots of pressure down onto the ring, and then I take the pressure off to sit back. Lovely, you guys. So this is tons of good work for the inner thighs and the glutes on the lower body, and then our shoulders and obliques on the upper body. Good. It's one of my favorite ways to work, propped up on the side. It really gets everything connected and firing together. So good. Make sure your chin is back so that you're nice and open through your throat and your neck. Now let's lift up and stay and just start doing some small presses up and down onto the ring. So you're squeezing down and releasing with that arm, maintaining your plank. Good. Feel stacked through your knees, your hips, and your shoulders. Now the top leg is going to lift as you push down on the ring, adding the challenge. It's almost like pushing into the ring is what makes the top leg lift. You can leave your knee bent and just hover the shin and thigh up and down. Very good. Lifting and lowering. Feel that opposition. And then you can return to the floor. All right, now, as if that wasn't hard enough, we're gonna try this. Optional is to do this with straight legs. So kick your feet away from you. Stacking your ankles is the more difficult option. To make this more doable, you can stagger your feet, either one front, either one back. Okay, the wider base makes it a little bit easier to balance. You could also bend your bottom knee and only straighten your top leg. So pick the version that's gonna work best for you. I'm going to stack my ankles. Now, this is quite a stretched start position for the bottom side of the waist. Now we're going to try the same coordination. I push into the ring as I lift my bottom hip up, and then I release back down. Good. Press into the ring, lift and squeeze those legs tight together, and then release down. So this is a lot more load into the upper body here. Yes, with less limbs on the floor, makes it a lot more challenging. Okay, so if you're struggling, take that option of bending your bottom knee. It's kind of like a happy medium. Exhale to gather that bottom side up away from the ground, really flexing your feet. Now hold at the top and take those same small presses. So same pattern as before. Exhale, push. Inhale, release. Now adding on the float of the top leg if you dare. It is not easy. We have such little contact with the floor. Good, you guys. Lifting and lowering in tandem. And then let's come all the way down. Amazing. Okay, roll your shoulders out. Let's do all of that on the other side. So starting back at kind of our base level, down on the elbow and the knees. Get your knees forward, stack the ring. Very good. Find that nice stable position for the top elbow. And then we're going to start our lift and lowers. Good. So really feeling that connection of the pressure down with the hand as we levitate up off of the floor. Good, you guys. It's really our full body integrating together to make this possible. So we're not moving in isolation. We're really working as one unit. Good. Squeeze those glutes and drive the pelvis forward towards the ring. Amazing job. Feel that glute connection as you levitate up. Now hold at the top and let's take those small presses down and up. Don't let your top shoulder go rolling forward. Keep the width. Now the top leg is going to lift in opposition. So as the hand lowers, I float that whole shin and thigh up and down. Very good. Lift and lower. So good. Feel lots of space between your ears and your shoulders. And then let's take a rest. All right, now pick the option that was working best for you on the other side. You've got the option to stack the ankles or stagger, bend one knee or both knees. Now we lift the hips up no matter where you've decided to be, and lower down. Good. I put even more pressure into the ring probably. You shouldn't feel like your ring is going to snap. You don't want that much pressure on it. You still are using that elbow into the floor to give yourself a lot of support. Very good. Pressing down, hovering up. That's it. Feel that whole bottom line of the body working from armpit through the waist, through the outer thighs. So good. Now let's stay up and hold our plank as we continuously pulse up and down on the ring. Very good. As soon as you're ready, start adding the lift of the top leg, floating in opposition to the pressing hand. Good. That's it. So nice. Keep that leg parallel. And then let's come all the way down. Nicely done, you guys. That is such a challenging series. So pat yourself on the back for that one. All right, to finish out, we're going to come to seated on your mat. Reach the legs out a little bit wider than your mat. Hold the ring like a steering wheel. Now, we're going to get in some extension through the upper spine. You're going to hook your fingers around the inside of the ring. Pull the ring towards your chest and feel like you're ripping it apart as you lift your sternum. And then round your back forward, stretch the ring over your feet, and take a nice hamstring and spine stretch. Do that again. Try to rip the ring apart. Feel the back of your shoulders working as you look up, and then squeeze in on the ring as you stretch over the feet. So really incorporating that work of the shoulders with the movement of the spine. Good, you guys. Feel free to sit with your knees a little bit more bent if that makes this more comfortable. Now let's end up reaching the ring over just one foot and then lift the chest back at the center. Other side. So we get a little bit more stretch up one side of the spine and then come back up tall. Good, you guys. Try your best to stay heavy on both of your sitting bones. That's going to give you the best stretch possible through the spine and the legs. So good, you guys. And with that, we are all done with today's super challenging mat Pilates ring workout. Thank you for joining me, and I can't wait to see you next time. So I will see you then. Bye. You did it. Way to go on completing this workout. I hope you loved it, and I hope your body is feeling fantastic. If you want to take advantage of everything that Real Good Pilates has to offer, be sure to download the Real Good Pilates app. There's a link to download the app in the first comment below or right up here in the corner. In the app, you'll find my complete library of workouts and exclusive classes that you will not find here on YouTube, as well as Pilates challenges and specialized programs for you to follow along with and to help you stay on track with your goals, with a huge variety of classes ranging from 5 all the way up to 60 minutes, as well as beginner all the way through advanced levels. There's really something for everybody. And with new classes uploaded every week, there will always be something new for you to dig into and tons of variety. There's a community chat feature where you're able to connect with your fellow members, ask me questions, or even request classes. So click the link down in the first comment below or right up here in the corner to start your 7-day free trial and see if it's right for you. So I'll see you over in the app for even more Real Good Pilates. Bye-bye.